Good evening, students. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Vishal.
Yes, ma'am. You may please start the session.
Okay, Vishal. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. So, till the others are joining, okay. So I'll just go through what we have done yesterday and what we are going to do today, right? Yes, there was one query just now about the programs, okay, which are uploaded. So I guess it is uploaded, but you will be getting in LMS. And whatever are the remaining programs, okay, today after the session, I'm going to upload that, okay. After that, you will be getting in your LMS, right? It will be uploaded in the LMS, okay. So yesterday we actually started with, what are signed and unsigned types, okay. We have also gone through what are bitwise operators, okay. A few examples on bitwise operators. But we will be further doing that, as I said, because today we will be starting with logic building, okay. And then we started with the different, the functions available in the standard io.h library, okay, for input and output, okay. So, and we have also gone through a few examples of formatting options available for input and output. And today we are going to first continue with that, okay. So we are still working on the input formatting, okay, so that I'll be taking. Then we will go through the operator precedence, okay, and we will understand with a few examples, okay, because you should know how a particular expression works, okay. So in certain cases, yes, you need to know what will be the output, okay. And there was one query yesterday to explain what is Conio.h and what is the getch function, which is not to be used if you are using modern C, okay, because that is not a part of the standard C library. But still, there was a query on this, so I will be taking up that also. One small demo on the Conio.h, but you don't have to use that particular functions of the library, okay, because it is not available in all the compilers and it is not a standard library. And once we are completing with that, okay, we will start with the conditional construct, okay, that is what day 4 session according to the plan, okay. So we will be going through the conditional constructs, which is if else, okay. Then we have got the multiple if else, nested if else, and what is switch case, what is ternary operator, okay. So a few examples based on that. Assignments for today and tomorrow also, I will be uploading tomorrow itself, okay, not today, because already 2 assignments are given to you, so you need to work on that assignment, fine. So let us start with the session. I will be sharing my screen and let me know that the screen is visible. Yeah, just confirm that the screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am. Your screen is visible.
Visible. Okay, fine. So yesterday we started with this signed and unsigned type, okay, which is nothing but storing the positive and the negative numbers, right? The range is also provided. Then we had gone through the bitwise operator, okay, few examples based on the bitwise operators, all the bitwise operators, okay, and the PDF file in which the explanation of all the bitwise operators, okay, that also has been already shared, okay, uploaded. You will be getting that in your LMS. Then we started with the common IO functions, okay. What are the input and the output operations, right? Input is nothing but taking the data from the user or the file. So input operations are nothing but data in, okay, and output operations are nothing but sending the data out, okay. Now in this case, what we are doing as of now, we are sending the output onto the console, okay. We are not writing the data to the files. So that will be separately taken file handling session. Now, behind the scene, actually, all this is working using the streams. Okay, so we have got standard input, which is a keyboard, standard output, which is a screen, and the standard error for giving the error messages on the screen. Okay, and then we had also gone through few functions, okay, of the stdio.h file. That is the printf, scanf, gets, fgets, okay, puts, getchar, and putchar. Fine. Now, also we have seen the difference between what is the scanf, getes, and fgets, right? So basically, what you are supposed to use, you are supposed to use the fgets because this is the most safest way to take the input. Why? Because here there is no problem of buffer overflow because you also specify the size, okay, of the input what you need to take. Fine. In the case of scanf, okay, it is not going to read the input because if the white space encountered, okay, it is going to stop reading. Then we have got the getes, but this is not safe and this will be deprecated. And fgetes, okay, this is the preferred way of taking the input because you specify what the size also. Okay, so here you specify the buffer limit, okay, and then this is also going to store the new line if the space allows. Okay, now after that we had seen some formatting options also, okay, with the input and the output. So what are the formatting options? Okay, the basic formatting options of integer and the floating point we have already done in the previous sessions, okay, like %d, %f, double, capital LF is used for long, double, floating point, okay, then character, string, unsigned, octal, hexadecimal, and pointer address. So this we'll be doing later, okay, when we will be doing the pointer session, right? Then formatting output with printf. Okay, so we had understood one example of how you will be making use of the different flags or the width, precision, and length, okay, along with the format, right? So whether you want left aligned, you want right aligned, the number of the characters you want to take as the input, okay, so that was all about the scanner. But few more examples, okay, on the scanner first we'll be doing. Okay, so now for this, I already have this particular file. Okay, so I will compile and run and explain, okay, all this code, whatever is written, and this I will be sharing later. So let us go to the format input. Okay, we had in the last session, we completed this one. Okay, so I did little bit change. So let me uncomment this part. Okay, now this is the format input.c. Rest everything is commented. Fine. So only this is going to be now compiled. So there is a name variable which is taking 20 characters. Okay, so here what we are saying, what we are specifying in the input modifier is that we only need the 10 characters. Okay, so only 10 characters are read. Okay, and that we are printing here. So let me just compile this again. So it is already compiled, but because now I made the changes, so let us compile it again. So this is the format input, okay, -o, and then format input, correct. Now let us go to the format input and give the name, okay. So we have only 10 characters, fine. So let me give the name as I was giving my complete name here. So let us say I'm giving my name, okay. Now here we are giving name this, okay. Actually this is what I'm getting. Okay, so let me comment this part also because this I'll be taking later on. I think I have not commented that. Fine. Okay, let us check again. So once you are making the changes, compile it and run it again. Okay, so once again I'm going to give my name. Okay, so as you can see here, it is only going to accept that many characters, including space. Okay, so it is going to stop after that many characters. Why? Because we have given the input modifier. Okay, so this was the first one. So if you come back to this, we have got %10s. Okay. Then let us go to the another example. So if you don't want to run, please comment this. Okay, so instead of creating separate files, I'm just going to write everything in the same file. Now let us come to the next. We have got one integer. Okay, fine. So there is int id 7, then there is the marks variable created, and there is a char name. Printf id %03dn. Yesterday also we had gone through this example where we need to have zeros, okay, before the number. So here %03d, okay, so 3-digit integer padded with zeros. Okay, so id is only 7, but we need 3 digits. So what will be before 7? Okay, you will have 0. Then name, okay, it is written -10s. Then marks is 7.2f. Okay, so -10 means string left aligned in 10 spaces, because minus is used for left align. Okay, and if you don't give, that will be right aligned. And then 7.2f, okay, float right aligned 2 digits after decimal, and width is 7. Okay, so width is 7 and 0.2 already we know this is nothing but after decimal. Okay, so we need 2 digits, right? So this is one. So let us now compile again. Okay, so I'll go for format input, and here there is nothing input. So you can see that instead of only 7, okay, we are getting 007. Then name user1 marks, okay, we are getting. So obviously you can see the space here because of the width what is given. Okay, now coming to one more input. This was not input. This was only output. Now let us go for this particular example. Okay, so this is char text. Okay, and this is scanf, printf, this is scanf. So let us first go for the first one. Okay, so we are creating a variable text 50. Enter a string uppercase letters only. So as you can see here, see, this is known as the wildcard characters. Even if you go for learning database like SQL, you will have these as wildcard characters. Okay, so reading only capital letters, correct? So here enter a string uppercase letters only. So %A to Z comma text. It will read only uppercase letter. Okay, so let us compile this as well. Okay, so enter a string. Now what? If I'm going to enter a string which is not in uppercase, so let us say I'm just going to write welcome. There is no output given, okay, here, because I have to print that. Okay, so let me just print it. This is there. Okay, so let me just go to the line and uncomment that. Okay, so let us now do it once again, because multiple lines are written in between. Okay, so what I'm getting, I'm not getting anything. See, there is no output here. Why? Because we need to enter, okay, this input in caps, and it is entered in lowercase. Okay, let us run again. So if I'm going to enter this in the caps, okay, so I'm getting you entered welcome. Now you're getting the output. Okay, similarly, if you want to take in the lowercase, you will simply write A to Z in lowercase. Okay, now let us come to the next. So here what I'm going to do is, okay, you can uncomment that part and you can see the output, okay, later on. Now enter a string stops at a digit. Now whenever, okay, you have got this particular caret symbol written in the brackets, okay, it means not, it is negating. Okay, that means reads everything until a number is found. Okay, so when number is encountered in the input string, okay, then it is going to stop. Okay, it is going to stop. So let us see the output here. See, when you have to work on this, okay, provide the different input modifiers and check. So let us say if I'm going to give hello 1 2 3 user. Okay, so I'm going to get only hello. So once it is encountering this digits, okay, it is going to stop. Okay, so we are only going to get hello. And if you are going to have, let us say I'm going to start with 1, Okay, and then I'm going to write hello user. You will not get anything because the initial digit itself is 1. Okay, so this is how you are going to use the modifier. So remember, this caret symbol is not. Okay, not. Okay, so there are certain queries here. Fine. Visible. Okay, fine. Assignments will be uploaded in the LMS. Okay, for day 2 and day 3 is uploaded. I'll come back to that. Okay, so these are some of the input. Fine. Now let us go for the column format. Okay, very important, and this is also you will be using in your assignments. Okay, so align output neatly into columns. Okay, so here you are going to specify the width. Okay, you are going to specify the width. Now let us understand this with an example. So multiple outputs are going to be here. Okay, so instead of typing, I have this particular example. Okay, let me explain this. Very simple it is. Okay, now if you see the first one, okay, printf. So here what we have got 10s, okay, left align strings in 10 character column. Okay, minus, right? Minus is left aligned as we know. So then we have got 10d and then we have got 10.2f. Okay, so 10d is nothing but left aligned integers. Okay, because d is written. Then minus 10.2f left aligned floats showing 2 decimal places. Okay, why? Because 0.2 is written, correct? Now, here, if you will see, we have got 3 values given, not taken from the variable, directly the values are printed. So this is nothing but string, okay, left align 10. This is integer, left align 10. This is float, okay, 2 decimal, left align 10. Now, all are given in the same way. Okay, all are in the same way. Then the another way is if you want to write a line. See, this is a proper column format, or you can say, okay, you are getting the output in the tabular format. Okay, so this is nothing but write a line. See, yesterday we understood negative is left aligned, positive is right aligned. So simply here, okay, this is given as only 10 and not the negatives. Okay, because I only want this to be right aligned, right? Then if you want a quick alignment, you can use tab. Okay, so you know /n is for new line, /t is for tab. Okay, so you need the delimiter as a tab, right? So here name /t, roll number /t, marks /n. Okay, new line. So here also, if you will see, okay, the name, then tab is given, then the roll number, then /t, tab, then the marks are given. Okay, so here if you want the quick alignment, okay, of a table, then you can go with this tab option. Then here this is a mix, okay, mixing strings, integers and floats with the format width. Okay, so similarly it is the same example itself. Okay, this is not different, but only the thing is here we have got the product. Okay, so this is string, this is decimal, and this is also float. It is one and the same thing, but a different example. Okay, now let us compile this and see the output. Then I'll go to explaining your assignment, which is based on this itself. Okay, let us compile. This is the column format. Okay, actually, okay, it will already be there, but it is always better to, compile once again. Okay, so you see the output. Okay, so first of all, here we have got all left aligned. So you can see all the data is left aligned here. Now, in this case, only name, okay, only name is right aligned. Okay, so you can see this name is right aligned. Name is right aligned. Okay, rest roll number and marks are left aligned. Okay, name is right aligned because here positive +10 it is, not negative. Okay, then this is third one is a simple tab separation. Okay, so you can see this is a simple tab separation given here. And finally, this is only for the products, okay, quantity and the price. Okay, it is the same thing, but the only thing is here you can say that the space is more. Okay, so here the space is 15, right? And here it is 5. That's it. So this is how you are going to make use of the proper formatting. Okay, for multiple, you can say the values, okay, in the printf statement, right? Now based on this, okay, so any particular query, let me just go through. /t Neha is tab delimiter, okay. K Sumit, float is a data type which will accept the what floating numbers, okay, decimal, and char is for 1 character. Okay, please go through the data type. Okay, the question is what happens if you're going to enter few in uppercase and few in lowercase. Okay, let us see. Okay, so if you want that, let us run the previous example. Okay. I need to make the changes there. So let us go back to the format input. Okay, so you asked for this. Already we have done, but let us do it once again. Okay, so I'm going to take this input again. Yeah, see, that is the thing. Okay, so whatever queries you are having, okay, please post it. And yes, you also need to do it. Okay, you can make the changes wherever possible if you want to see the different output. Okay, now let us go to the format input.c and uppercase letter only. So let us say I'm going to type this HE, okay, then LL, this is O, right? Fine. So what you're getting is H. So as soon as the lowercase letter is alphabet is encountered, it is stopping there. Okay, it is stopping there. So now I hope this is clear to you, right? It will stop once the lowercase letter is encountered. Okay, now coming to this example of geo.c. Okay, now this is a geometry analysis example where we are calculating the area and the circumference, okay, circle or rectangle. So, and the proper formatted tabular output is given here. Okay, so let us understand this also. There is a constant pi. Okay, so we all know how to now give the constant. Either you can make use of constant keyword or you can make use of the hash defined macro. Okay, then these are the variables created: radius, length, and width. Okay, so the question was what is float and what is char and why we need to take this. See, float is a data type. That is the type of the data which needs to be stored in the variable. Okay, so float means we can accept the decimal values, and char is going to accept only 1 character. Okay, so now here we are declaring the variables. Okay, so there is a circle area, circle circumference, rectangle area, rectangle perimeter. And we had already gone through the valid identifiers, invalid identifiers. Okay, so whenever you give the variable name, see that the variable names clearly define the purpose. Okay, why that variable is created. Okay, give the proper name. Okay, then input from the user. Okay, so we are going to enter the radius. Okay, so enter radius of a circle. So scanf is we are taking the input in float, radius, then enter length and width of rectangle. Now we can take the multiple inputs using one scanf. Okay, or you can have the separate scanf written in different lines, right? Space is the delimiter what you need to keep here. So percentage %f, so first value will be the length, okay, and the second value after the space will be the width. Now the calculations are done using the basic arithmetic operations, okay. So we already know the formula. Here we are calculating the area for the circle. Here we are calculating the circumference. Okay, then rectangle area and rectangle perimeter. Formula are already given here, right? Then we need to display the results in the formatted tabular output. Okay, now it is up to you how you want to, give the output. So here, the shape, the area and perimeter. Okay, then we need to have this particular line. And then, okay, again coming back to the proper alignment, right? So then percentage 10.2f. Here also we have got 10 point, that is nothing but again the width given, circle area, circumference, and then rectangle area, rectangle perimeter. Okay, so this is how you will be taking the multiple inputs. Okay, do some calculations and then you need to print the output like this. Fine. So first of all, let us go ahead and see the output of this also. Okay, so this is geo.c hyphen. Okay. Now you give some radius of the circle. So this is only one value. Okay, so let us say I'm going to give the radius as 4.5. Then enter length and width of rectangle. So we are supposed to provide two inputs here. Okay, one is going to be in length, another is going to be in the width variable. Okay, so let us say that I'm going to give 5, then space, and then 8. Enter. So look here. You're getting the proper output in the tabular format, properly aligned, okay, using the width, okay, the values which are given in the printf, right? So we have got the shape, then area, perimeter, the circle area and perimeter, rectangle area and perimeter. Okay, nothing, simple calculation done, right? Is this understood, everyone? There are some queries here. Mehraj, GCC is not running because you have installed GCC, and have you set the environment variable paths? Okay, I had shared that PDF of the installation of dev C++ where you can install the GCC. See, and written in scanf is to verify or is to also address the memory address of that particular variable. This refers to the address. In scanf, @ points to the address of that particular variable. Okay. That is why we have to write @. That is address. Yeah. So this may be missing. So please see, Mehraj, that you have installed that properly. LMS access, Vishal is going to go through that. Okay, if you need any help on that. All capital letters is what is written. Yeah. Algorithms we will be doing. Okay, once we will start with the logic building. Okay, so this is the geo.c. Okay, now based on this, okay, your assignment day 3 is given. Okay, assignment day 3 is given. And if you see here, there are two problem statements. Okay, one is the simple interest comparison tool, and how the output should be given is given here. The only thing is you need to have the proper calculations done. Okay, so you are taking the principal rate of interest and time. So you need to take the inputs from the user. You need to calculate the simple interest for each, compare and print in a formatted table. Okay, so expected output, okay, so is like this. So first of all, you need to accept the details from the user. Okay, so enter details for bank A. These all values are going to be given by the user. And then after the values are given, okay, the output should be given like this. The way just now I have shown for that particular circle and the rectangle example. Okay, so you need to have the proper formula used here. And second is the travel cost estimator. Okay, So you need to take the input for distance, fuel price, mileage, and then you need to calculate the fuel needed, total cost, and display results in a formatted table. Now, in this case, okay, the output, the expected output is not given, but you have to provide the output in a tabular format. It is up to you, okay? The same way you can display the output. Okay, so this is these are some of the formatting options, okay, in the printf and in the scanners. Okay, fine. I hope this much is clear. Any queries here? Yes, Mehraj, please see that you are installing it, okay, properly setting the environment variables, then only you will be getting. Yes, Raghavendra, all capital letters are only accepted in that example. Lowercase are not accepted. Okay. But if you still want, then you need to modify the code. Okay. And you need to write some logic there so that whatever is written in the capital, that has to be taken as input. So for that, we will be making use of the other constructs. Okay. And that is what we will be starting today. Fine. So these were some of the formatting options. Now let us come back to the operators, what we did. Okay. Now these operators are very important because this is what we are going to use further. Okay, in all our rest of the whatever programs we are going to do. So first of all, okay, there is this. Okay, before that, I will also show you input with the Conio.h. Okay, now this was one question posted yesterday that show the Conio.h and get ch function also. Now, first of all, please know that this Conio.h is not a standard C library. Okay, some compilers will provide this. Okay, but if you talk about Linux or Mac, okay, it may not be available in that, but this is not to be used. Okay, so what you have to use the stdio.h, and whatever the input functions, okay, we have seen just now, like you have got scanf or getas and the fgetas that you are supposed to use, but not this conio.h, okay, because it is not a standard C library, it is not available in all the compilers. But in this compiler, yes, it is available, so I can show you the example. So if you see here, now, okay, the scar ch variable is declared, okay. Press any key. Now, first of all, understand whenever we are taking any input, like in the previous example, okay, let me show you this. So in this example itself, enter radius of circle. Now, two things to remember here. First of all, when the radius or any value is entered here, okay, you can see the value. First of all, you can see the value. Okay, that means the value is getting echoed. Okay, and second thing is you need to press enter to see the output. Okay, or any other, the printf statement is written, you need to press enter. Similarly, here also I will be giving, and then if I press enter, so 2 and 4 are visible on the screen, and you need to press enter to see the output. This is what is usually done when you are using scanf, you're using the get char, okay? But in the case of get ch, this is not visible. Okay, now look here. Here we are using get ch, okay, and get ch value is taken into this particular ch, correct? Now, not requires enter. You don't have to press enter key to see the output. You will get immediately the output, and does not echo the character. That means the character is not visible on the screen when you type. Okay, and you will see the output here. So I'm just giving the output you pressed %C. Okay. And second example is get che. Now this is also similar to get ch. The only thing is it doesn't require you to press enter key, but the particular character is visible on the screen, means it is getting echoed. Okay. Now let us see the first output. Okay, so this is input with Conio, but don't use this. Okay, so if you're using modern C, you don't have to use this. So input with Conio, right? And let us run this. Okay, now see, everyone please see this. Okay, press any key. I am going to type, okay, A, right? Alphabet A. But that is not visible. And as soon as I have given that A input, it is not visible, but I got the output. I don't have to press enter also. This is the difference. Okay, once again, I am going to now, enter B. It is not visible and I'm not going to press enter, but I'm getting the output. And if you go for this get CHE, okay, so let me comment out this part. Okay, so multi-line comment entry I'm going to use. And now let us, cat CH is already there. Okay, so I'm just going to comment this part. Okay, so here we are using get CHE. So here character will be visible. Okay, so let us understand that now. Oh, I have to remove this, right? Oh, why? Because it is giving error. Okay, now see here, press any key, right? So now this is going to be visible, but I don't have to press enter. See, it is visible. In the previous example, it was not visible here. Okay, this is the difference of CH and get CHE in Conio.h. Fine. Now, let us come to the operators. Okay, so we have done with the operators. Okay, so I'll come back to my previous slide where we had gone through the various operators here. Okay, various operators. So till now, what we have done, we had gone through some basic arithmetic, assignment, increment, decrement yesterday, bitwise, ternary, comma, all these operators we have gone through. Very simple example. But what if you are having, okay, an expression with multiple operators? You are having arithmetic also, you are having in that, the ternary also, relational also. Then how the evaluation happens? Okay, so what is the precedence, right? And how it is going to associate, whether it is from right to left or left to right in an expression given. Okay, so let us understand that. So I will share this also PDF with you. So operator precedence, one particular PDF is created. You keep this table with you. Okay. So operator precedence in C arranged from highest to lowest precedence means, okay, which operator has got the highest priority. Okay. Which operator is going to be executed first and which is going to be executed last. That is what is the precedence. Okay, you can say that as a priority. Along with associativity, okay, whether from left to right or right to left. Okay. So if you see here, the first is the highest precedence level and this is the lowest precedence level, which is comma. Okay, so here you will have some postfix, member access. There are function call. That functions we are going to do later, array, structure, pointer. Okay, that we will be doing it later. And associativity is left to right. Okay. And similarly, you have got unary operator. So if in an expression, you have got a unary operator, then multiplication, addition. So unary operator will be executed first, then the multiplication. Okay, then the addition. And in multiplication or multiplicative also, if you have got multiplication, division, modulus, in this order only it is going to evaluate. So first multiplication and then division and then the modulus. Okay, left to right. Okay, similarly here, this is going to be right to left. Okay, and then we have got the additive, plus minus, then shift operators, relational operators, equality, bitwise and. XOR, or logical AND. Okay, these are also known as the short circuit operator. Okay, left to right, conditional, right to left. Then these are the assignment operator. And finally, there is a comma operator. Okay, so this is how the precedence works. Okay, this is the highest precedence, this is the lowest precedence. And if multiple operators you are having in one expression, then this is the order in which the operators are going to be evaluated. Okay, in left to right. So here there are three things mentioned here. Higher precedence means the operator binds tighter, means it is going to evaluate first. Operators with the same precedence are evaluated based on associativity, that is nothing but left to right or right to left. Use parentheses to make expressions clear and avoid ambiguity. Yes, parentheses can change, okay, how the expression will be evaluated. But in certain cases, you write the expressions. It is better because it will make the expression clear and it is going to avoid the ambiguity. Ambiguity will be when you have got something which is same, okay, across. So now based on this, okay, some example. So let us take that example. I think I will be having this, okay, all, and there are some more, okay, which I want to show you. Okay, please understand this. How is the behavior of the compiler, or how the output is given? Okay, you need to understand in some few example. So I have already mentioned here everything in comments, okay, so that you can go through this later on. Now look here. Yesterday we did with what is the prefix and what is the postfix. Okay, you have got increment and decrement operator. So we know that postfix means it is going to increment later. Okay, first the variable is going to be used, then later it is going to increment. And in the case of pre, it is going to increment or decrement first, and then later on, okay, we are going to use them. That is what is a normal, you can say, the execution, right? You don't have to modify and access the same variable in one expression. Okay, don't modify and access the same variable in one expression. Okay, why? Because undefined behavior will be the output. Okay, now look here in this example, there is int x is equal to 5, int x is equal to 5, and here we are going to print x and then x plus plus. Okay, please look at this particular statement. Here we need to print x, which is 5, and here x plus plus. Okay, now since this is postfix, okay, what we are assuming that this particular x value is going to be 5, and this is also going to be 5 because this is post increment. Okay, now what happens with the compiler? C does not specify the order of evaluation of function arguments. So the output of this can be 5, 5, or it can be 6 and 5. So if this is going to be evaluated first by the compiler, okay, if this is going to be evaluated first, then this value is going to be 6 here. Then the value will be 6 and 5. Okay, so it is unspecified whether x or x plus plus will be evaluated first. So if compiler evaluates x first, then output is going to be 5 and 5. Okay, only this x, right? And if compiler evaluates x plus plus, then the output will be 6. So this will become 6 and this will become 5, right? You will get the output. You will get one output. Okay, but the answer for this is it is undefined behavior, because you don't know that compiler is going to evaluate what, even though you will get the answer. Okay, you will get some particular output. So the right way of writing this is you need to write these two statements into separate lines. Okay, so you are having the printf %dx and here x plus plus. Don't write this in the same line, and that is why modifying and accessing the same variable in one expression should not be done. Okay, now let us understand that. So here I'm going to comment this. Okay, all is commented. Okay, because these are the precedence example. So why I have printed everything here, so that it is easy for you to go through and understand. Okay, so let us now go for test.cs. So this is a generic file created. Okay, so if you see, I'm getting the output now 6.5. I'm getting the output as 6.5. Okay. In some compilers, you may get 5.5 because, or sometimes you will get 5.5 because you cannot predict that what will be evaluated first by the compiler. Okay. So actual answer is undefined behavior, right? Now coming to the next example. See here. Now coming to the printf function. Okay. Now, when you are having the printf statement, which is returning some value when stored in a variable, what it is going to store? Okay, now look here. Printf function returns the number of characters printed. Till now, what we know that printf is used for giving the output on the screen, right? But what printf function is returning? What if you are taking the return value of the printf? So this is assigned to the variable count. This is assigned to the variable count. Now, in certain cases, you want to know the number of characters printed in the output. So if you want to get the number of characters printed in the output, you can take the output of that printf, okay, store in the variable. Now, again, here there is a difference. Okay. Now, here num is 10. Okay, num is 10. So here what we are doing, we want to print value percentage d num. Okay, so here num is 10. Now, counting from v till the number 10, how many characters are printed, that you will be getting in count. And here in the next statement, I am printing count. Okay, now understand this. I want this count value in the next line after value colon 10 is printed. I want this in the next line. Okay, so this slash n is first written here. Okay, and then percentage d and then slash n. So instead of writing slash n here, I have written it here in this next printf statement. Okay, why? Because this differs the output. Now let us first run this. Okay, and you see the output. So this is test. Okay, what I'm getting now, this is the output. Okay, VALUE colon space 1 and 0. If you count the characters written from V till 10, including colon and including space, how many characters are printed? Okay, 9. From V to 0 is 9. And that is what I'm getting here in the next line. Printf count is 9. 9 characters are printed in the previous printf statement. Okay. Now, if I will write this slash n here, if I'm going to write slash n here, okay. Okay, now see here. So now what I'm going to get, I will be getting value colon 10, 10, because this slash n is also counted, which is a new line. So now I'm getting the printf statement count value as 10 and not 9. So if you want the actual number of the characters printed, okay, then you can write this slash n here. See, these all are very important, okay, to know. Okay, sometimes you may come across this type of the code. Okay, so what printf statement is going to return? Okay, so in this case, Okay, fine. Okay. This for attendance. Vishal, you can just. See, count is only a variable. Okay. Count is only a variable. Okay. If I don't write this, I will only get the printf, right? I want to know how many characters are written in the printf output. That is why I'm writing count here. Okay. Fine. Now let us come to one example of operator precedence. Okay. Look here. So, see, here we have got three variables. A is 10, B is 5, and C is 2. Okay. A is 10, B is 5, and C is 2. And we want the result. Now, this is the expression A plus B into C minus B divided by C. That means we have got here, okay, these multiplicative and the additive operators, okay, in one particular expression, okay. Now, what will be the result of this? Okay, so which, the operator is going to be evaluated first, what is going to be stored, and how the other operands are going to be used. So here, I have step by step written, okay, so that you can understand first. So the step one, okay, step one, we have got B into C, okay, multiplication. So if you will see this particular this multiplication is done first, then division, then modulus. Okay. And since multiplicative has got the higher precedence than the additive, so multiplication will be done first. Okay. So here B into C. So multiplication has higher precedence than plus or minus. So 5 into 2 is equal to 10 will happen. Okay, 5 into 2 is equal to 10. So we will be first getting this 10. In the step 2, then division will happen. Okay, we have got the division. Division also has the higher precedence. Okay, then B divided by C. Okay, so here you will be having the integer division. Okay, which will be 2. Then addition is evaluated. See this addition. So A plus B into C. Better you can write this using the parenthesis. Okay, A plus B into C. Now addition is evaluated, right? So we have got 10 plus 10 is equal to 20, right? Because A ka value is 10. Please see here, and we have got already evaluated the value first. Then finally the subtraction. So A plus B into C minus B divided by C. Okay. So I'm just going to write this. So the output will be 18. So first step, okay, you have got the multiplication done. Second step, will have the division done. And steps 3 and 4, you will have the addition and the subtraction done. Okay, so the result of this will be 80. Right? And similarly, we have got the other example. So I will also uncomment this. Okay. Fine. Look here. Logical and relational precedence. So what we are having now in this particular example, we have got the logical operator and we have got the relational operator. Okay. So if you see this, we have got A5, B10 and C15. Okay. I will explain this first, then one by one we will execute, because the variable names are same. Okay, so there will be an error. So if you see here, now this is the expression. Okay, so A less than B and B less than C, or A equal to C. Now multiple expressions are written here. Okay, we want to know the result of this. Okay, now see here. This is written in parentheses. You can also write in parentheses so that it is clearly understood. Okay. So step 1 is what? First, according to the precedence, relational operator are going to work. Okay. So relational, left side, A less than B. So 5 is less than 10, true. Okay, so result is going to be 1. Then B is less than C. 10 is less than 15. True. Result is going to be 1. Logical and. Okay, this one. And. So A less than B and B less than C, which is nothing but 1 and 1. So the result is going to be 1. We already know what is and, correct? Then we have got the relation again, A equal to C. Okay. So 5 equal to 15, this is false. So false means you are going to get 0. Okay. And then we have got logical or, this or. Okay. So this or is anyways, you know, you will be getting the output as 1 here because 1 and 0. Okay. 1 and 0. So if you want to write it, okay, so that it is clearly understood without ambiguity, include this in the brackets, okay, parenthesis, right? So first what we are going to do, I'm going to comment this part. First we will see the output of this particular expression. Okay, so similarly, you have to, do with the other, okay, once you are getting that type of expression. Test. Okay, so we are getting result is equal to 18 for the first one. Okay, that is correct. And let me now uncomment this part. Okay. Okay, so as I said, result will be 1 here because here we are getting 1 and 0. Okay, and we have got or. So it will be 1 only. So this is how you will be having the output. Okay, depends, and always see, okay, which operator is going to be evaluated first and which will be evaluated last. And left to right or like right to left, that associativity also you should know. Okay. So I hope this much is clear, everyone. Any queries in this? Line 24. Varda, which particular? Okay, got it. I'll come back to that. Just wait. Oh, okay. So I think there is a confusion in this particular example. So let me take this once again. Okay, see here. Let me comment out this part. Printf statement. Okay, I don't want this print out. Okay, now understand there is the query for this particular the function. Okay, printf. Fine. See, first of all, understand if you want to know that any printf statement, okay, output has got how many characters, okay, then we are taking that output in a variable and I want to print that, okay. Now the query is that why the /n is written here. Please understand, I want the output in the next line. See, I will remove the /n from here. What your query is why we are writing /n and then %d and then /n. %d we need to write because we need to print the value of count, which is integer. And for that, the format is %d. Okay. And /n we are writing so that the next output should be in the next line. It should be in the next line. Okay. Now you see this. Okay. So I have written value %d and then %d count. Okay. Now I will compile and execute this once again for you. Look here. What I'm getting is the output understood. See, value is 10. Okay, so num is equal to 10. So value colon space, I'm getting 1 0. But 9 is a different output. 9 is the value of the count variable, which should be printed in the next line, not on the same line. Not on the same line. So either you write the %n after the %d, in the printf statement, line number 23, or you write in the next line first, so that after the first value there should be a new line and then 9 should be printed, and after 9 also there should be a new line. Okay, so /n is for new line, and that's the reason. And you can write /n here also, but when you are writing /n here in this line 23, this is going to be considered as one character. So your total number of characters printed in line number 23 will be 10 and not 9. So I printed this, sorry, I had written this /n in the line 24. Okay, so that you are getting the new line after the value. See here, value is 109. Okay, and here value is 10. You see, it is up to you, right? It is up to you. If you want to write count here, see, I have not written that now. What is this value? This is nothing but user defined message. This is user defined message. Okay, don't get confused here. It is only the way you are giving the output on the screen. Okay, so value is 10. This total number of characters are 10, sorry, 9. And that is what I'm getting here. Count value of printf is 9. Okay, so /n you can have anywhere. You can have 2 /n written. Does it matter if I'm going to write 2 /n here? What is /n? I want the output in the new line. Okay, so if I'm going to write 2 /n, so one n is after this I am getting, and one more /n I have written, so that I am getting another line here. Go on writing as many /n, the number of new lines you want. Okay, so it is up to you, right? I hope this is clear now. Varda? Okay, okay. Oh, okay. So question is whether we are adding this at the rate in this printf statement. Okay. So when we are taking the input, we are using ampersand because we need to also provide the memory address. Correct? See what you are getting. Please understand. Okay. This, okay, good question. That can we write, ampersand in printf. What you are getting some particular memory address, some value. You are not getting the actual value of the variable. Okay. So you are getting some 6487608. This is not the actual value. So when we are actually taking the input from the user, we are giving address because we want to store the value in that particular memory location, in that address of variable. But when we want to print the value, okay, then we just want to give the value of that variable. So in printf, you don't type address. Otherwise, address is going to be printed instead of the value. And that is what is happening here. Okay. So when you are using printf, simply write the variable. Okay. Simply write the variable. Fine. I hope this much is clear to everyone now. I think there was one more query. Let me just about the board mass. Okay. The question is that C is not following the board mass. Okay. See, C programming language, please understand, does not explicitly follow the word mass, okay, which is brackets, order, division, multiplication, addition, subtraction rule. So instead, C uses a system of operator precedence and associativity to determine the order of evaluation in expressions. Okay, so this was one query. It aligns with your, general mathematical principles, which is represented by the board mass. Okay, it's a distinct set of rules defined specifically for the C language. Understand? Okay. Okay, fine. So that was about the input, output, and the operator precedence. Okay, you need to follow this. Okay, now let us go to the next topic for today. Okay, that is the decision making constructs. Okay, let us start this. Yes, I hope everything is clear till now. Yes. Is it clear? So I can go ahead with the new topic. Akshita, yes, fine. Okay, so you need to practice. Once I'm going to provide this. Yes, you can make changes and see the output. Okay, please do that. Okay, the assignments what I'm giving, try to do the assignments. Okay, more assignments will be given in the decision making constructs and in the loop. Okay, and in the further chapters. Now I am giving only 2 assignments. Okay, for the topics what we have completed till now. Okay, let us start with this topic, decision making constructs. Okay, so what we are going to learn in this, we will have if statement, if else statement, if else ladder. Okay, it will go on. Nested decision, which is nested if else, multiple choice decision, switch case statement, and conditional expression, which is a ternary operator. Okay, ternary operator we have already done, but once again we will be doing it. In programming, okay, whichever programming language you will be going through later, you need to write the program, okay, by making some decisions, because that is where the logic building of the program, okay, needs to be done. Decision making constructs, which are known as control statements or selection statements, allows the program to make choices and execute specific blocks of code based on certain conditions. Till now, whatever programs we have done, they were all written in a sequence. Okay, as we have written the program, we have got the output in that particular specific way, correct? But okay, we are not having the output in a sequence always. We need to make a decision. Okay, if this is true, then this output should be given. If that is true, then another output should be given, like that. Okay. So sequence is the order in which the instructions occur and are processed. Okay, so till now what we have done, we have written the programs which were in a sequence, one after the other, and the instructions were done like that. Okay, evaluated like that. Selection determines the path of a program depending on the condition. Okay, now what is a selection? You will have yes or no, you will have true and false. Okay, and based on that, you will be taking the decisions. Similarly, the same holds true in programming language as well. And then you also have got iterations. Okay, that is the next chapter after this. So iteration is the repeated execution of a section of code. There is a need to repeat the certain code or certain execution number of times. Okay, so in that case we need to make use of the loops. Okay, so either there is a count controlled iteration where you specify the number of iterations, like okay, you need to run this program 10 times or you need to run this 100 times, or you can have the condition controlled iteration, means the number of iteration will depend on the user input. okay, or till user wants, okay, at that time that iteration will happen. So that is what is the condition controlled iteration. So in this topic, we are only going to discuss about the various selections, okay. So exactly what it is, okay. So this is nothing but a simple flowchart diagram. So you have got the decision box here, okay. That is a selection. So you will have true and false. If you know this particular flowchart, yes, this diamond is nothing but it is a selection. And there is two output of this particular decision box, okay. What it is, either true, either false. Okay, so if true, then a particular sequence must get executed, and if false, the another sequence should get executed, and then the program stops. Okay, now this is what is a normal decision making construct. Now in C, okay, there are different conditional statements, and again I will be sharing this particular what decision making constructs, okay, what are with the example, and what are the operators which are used in the conditional constructs, okay. So first of all, let us understand what are the different conditional statements in C. So we have got the if else, okay, then condition true colon false, and then we have got switch, okay. Now in the if else, we will have only if with the condition. If else, we will have if condition. Okay, we will have if condition. True, else we will have the false condition. Okay. Then we have got if, else, if. Okay, so if condition 1 true, else if condition 2 true, else false. Okay, so multiple if else conditions are there. Then we have got nested if. Okay, nested if means in the if you have got another if else condition. Okay, so if condition 1, then if condition, again here you will have else. This is the closing of if block. Then else of this particular if block. Okay, if condition, else other condition. And then this is a switch case. Okay, what is a switch expression? You will have the different case. Okay, you will have the different case statement. Case 1, you will execute here something, or you can give the output, then break. Case 2, break, so that it is not coming to the next case statement. Case 3 and last is default. Okay, so if the value is not from the case 1 or case 2 or case 3, and user is going to give something different case which is not there in the listed case statement, then it will go to the default to print the default output. Okay. Now, this you will use when you have got different values for one particular variable. Okay, that is where the switch case is going to be used. Now, for all, we will be doing one example and see. Okay, now let us come to the decision making constructs in C. Okay, now what is the if construct? Executes code only if condition is true. Executes code only if condition is true. So if condition, understand now, this condition is, okay, your logical statement, okay, which is going to return true or false. Whatever you are writing in this if, this is always going to return either true or either false. So you will have the relational operators. See here. So you can have the relational operator here, which is going to compare the values. You can have the logical operators here. You can have the bitwise operator. Sometimes this is also used in the condition. You can have the conditional ternary operator, assignment, okay, in the if statement. And you in the switch, actually you will have, you cannot use the relational or logical operator because this is directly giving the values. Okay, this is directly giving the values, right? So we will understand one by one. Okay, so example is, if x is greater than 0, if x is greater than 0, print f plus. Now, if x value is less than 0, you don't want to print anything. So there is no else statement written. There is no else statement written. Okay, so print f positive if greater than 0, else you don't print anything. Fine. So let us now do these example one by one. Okay, for all this. And for that, I have prepared some case studies. Okay, so in your assignment also, you will have the case studies given, right? Now coming to only the if statement. Okay, coming to only if statement. A company gives a 10% bonus if an employee work hour exceed 180 per month. Okay, write a program to calculate and display the total salary. Understand what is the query. The query is that you need to calculate the salary depending on the work hours of an employee. Now, if the work hours exceed 180 hours per month, then 10% bonus should be given to the employee. Okay. Now, what is the logic here? Input basic salary and total hours worked. Okay. If hours is greater than 180, add 10% bonus to salary. You don't have to give any else condition here. Don't give any else condition. Right. So let us start writing the code. So now what I'm going to do, let me close all this and we are going to start with a new program to be written. Okay. And I'm going to write that in day 4. Okay, so C programs, I have got day 4. In this particular file, I'm going to store that. Okay, so let us select the language. Okay, so first is #include stdio.h. Okay, int main. So first of all, please understand now statement by statement. Okay, so input is basic salary and total hours worked. Okay, so this is the input. That means now I have to create the variables. Okay, for that. So we have got the float salary and then the total hours. Okay, and see, proper variable names needs to be given. Okay, so if you want, you can write the comments. Okay, so these are the variables defined with the proper identifiers given. Okay, now we need to take the input, okay, from the user. That means you will be taking the input. So printf, okay, enter basic salary. Okay, input the basic salary. This is what is, we need to take the input from the user. Now use the scanf. Okay, this is integer, use the scanf. And what is the format? %f and address of salary. Okay, so in scanf, you have to use address because we will be using the memory address of that variable where we need to store, but don't write this ampersand sign in printf statement. Then I will simply copy this statement. Okay, and then I'm going to write enter total hours worked. Okay. And here I will be only now taking the total hours. This is what we have already defined. Okay, so this is first, okay, taking the input from the user. Right, and then bonus or calculate the bonus and print. Okay. Okay, so what we are going to do, if now the condition is what? If total hours is greater than 180, add 10% bonus to salary. Okay, if condition is given. So if total hours, is greater than 180, if condition. Now, okay, one more thing is there. After if you want to write only one statement, no need to open and close the bracket, but it is a good practice to open and close the bracket, create a block so that, okay, it is avoiding any logical errors later on. Okay, so you can write salary plus equal to 10%, right? So, sorry, into salary. Okay, so what we are doing, we are adding 10% bonus. Okay, we are adding the 10% bonus. And then I want to print. Okay, so printf total salary is equal to percentage 2f. Let us have percentage 2f. Okay, 2 decimal, comma, salary. Okay, and we can write the return 0, that is int main cl. So we are going to save this in, sorry, I think I have to take that back. Okay, so C programs day 4. I'm going to take this as what? This is only if. Okay, so if code, if demo dot C. Okay, this is if. So let us now compile this. So I'll go back to this and let us go to 4. Now, instead of having the different output for every file, let us generate only one file, which is A, right? So GCC, I'm going to write, this is the if demo.c. See, this is going to generate a.exe. See, if you're going to write -o, you give the name for the output file to be generated. And if you don't give, by default, it is going to generate this a.exe. Okay. And for different files, if you don't give name, it will be a.exe, and the output of that compiled program will be there in the a.exe every time, because only one file is going to be created. Okay, so I will use A this time. Okay, now I'm getting enter basic salary. So let us say if I'm going to enter 5,000, enter total hours worked. Now, if I'm going to say 200, because this is greater than 180. Okay, so I'm getting total salary is equal to 5,500. Okay, because 10% is added, okay, to this 5,000, and I'm getting this total salary after the discount is added. But if I'm going to give that number of hours worked is, let us say 175, which is less than 180, then my basic salary will be 5,000 only, because there is no discount given here. There is no discount given here. Okay. So if there is only one statement to be written, you can skip that blocks to be written, but it is good practice if you are writing this here. Okay. So that there are no logical errors and it is clearly understood. But if multiple lines are there, then you need to, open and close these particular brackets and write in that. Okay. Is this clear? There is no else. This is only if statement. This is only if statement. Okay. Simple query. Now let us come to the next. We have got if else. So executes one block if true, another if false. So if condition, else this condition. So this condition is true, then this statement will be given as output, else this will be. So if x mod 2 equal to 0, that means we want to know if this x is even number or not. So any number divided by 0 If it is giving the output as 0, sorry, divide by 2, the output is 0, then it is even number, else it is odd number. Okay. So we need to use the brackets properly. So let us understand what is the next query here. Check whether a given year is a leap year or not. Okay. Now here multiple conditions are going to be given. Okay, so check whether a given year is a leap year or not. Now, what is a leap year? A year is leap year if divisible by 400 or, understand, there is a logical or, divisible by 4 but not by 100, then it is a leap year. Okay, so now for this, we will be using the if-else statement. Okay, so let us now write the code for if-else. So I'm creating a new file. Okay, and let us save this first. So this will be if-else, okay, .c. I'm writing if-else so that it is understood that this file contains the example for the if-else. Okay, any queries are there? Okay. You don't have to submit the assignment. It is up to you to give it, okay? Simple interest is something which you need to calculate. That is the assignment. You need to know. Okay. Fine. So let us go for if-else demo. Let us write the code. Oh, I was typing. This is slash. Let us write it name. Okay, now let us look at the coding. So we are creating a variable int year. Okay, now take the input from the user. So we will take the input enter here from the user. Scanf. Okay, and percentage D and give year variable. Now, what is the condition? This is quite simple. If, okay, now understand here what to write. Okay, we have got multiple conditions here to be written. Divisible by 400. Okay, if divisible by 400, multiple conditions are there. So you can use the parenthesis. Okay, if year mod 400 equal to 0. This is the first condition. If year is divisible by 400, how we will know? If you divide this year by 400, the remainder should be 0. Then only it is divisible by 400. Correct? This is one condition. Okay. Divisible by 4 but not by 100. An OR condition. So OR means OR condition. Now again open the bracket. Okay. And here we are going to write year mod 4 equal to 0. And see, there is a and condition. Please understand. There is a and condition, but not by 100. It should be divisible by 4, but not by 100. And year mod 100 is not equal to 0. It should not be divisible by 100. Okay. So out of this, one condition should be true. Okay. And from here and here, any condition should be true, right? Then it is a leap year. So we are going to print percentage D is a leap year /n so that we can have new line. Okay, else, now there is a else condition. If it is false, then we need to print another statement. So if this condition is true, then we will print this statement. Okay, else, if this condition is false, then it will go to the else part. And in the else, we need to print that this is not leap year. Okay, so this is if and else. Okay, let us now see here. I'm going to compile this file, but I will not give the output file name if else demo.c. Okay. Okay. So there is include spelling error. That is what I was getting. So let us now compile. Okay. So the output of this file is a.exe. So a.exe now will contain the output of if else demo. There is only one output file created. So every time when you want to see the output of a specific file, you need to compile that again. Okay. So that should not be done. That is why you can have a separate output file for every program by using -o command. Okay. So now I'm going to write A. Okay. So enter year. Let us see 2025. This is not a leap year. 2026 is not a leap year. So leap year is going to be 2028. Okay. So 2028 is a leap year. Okay, so to find a leap year, this is what is the condition. So we have got multiple evaluation, okay, and if and else. So if this is true, it is a leap year, else I'm getting it is not a leap year. Okay. Is this much clear, everyone? Yes. Hanif, what is the doubt? Hanif, any doubt? Oh, that will be there in some time. Okay. Now, what is the next step? Okay, so we have got if else, then if else later. It is going to test multiple conditions sequentially. Okay, it is going to test multiple conditions. Like if marks is greater than 90, grade A, else if marks is greater than 75, grade is B. Okay. So conditions checked top down, stop at first true, avoid overlapping conditions. Okay. So let us now go through the third if else if statement. Okay, so you can write as many if else if statement. So this is the question given: calculate and display grade based on marks percentage. So range and grade is given. If greater than equal to 90, A plus, 75 to 89 A, 60 to 74 B, 50 to 59 C, and less than 50 is fail. Okay, so let us now create a new file. So this file I'm going to save as if else. Okay, so if else if demo.c. Okay, let us quickly write the code for this. So hash include stdio.h int main. Okay, so first you declare the variable, then printf. Okay, so enter percentage marks, scanf, percentage d marks. And one more thing you can do always, okay, when you are writing, you check that user is not going to enter the scores which is less than 0 and greater than 100. So I'm writing the first condition even though it is not given. If marks is less than 0 or marks is greater than 100, it should stop here. Okay. Printf invalid input. Okay, percentage must be between 0 and 100. Okay, so this is what you can give. Else, if it is correct, okay, then else if marks is greater than or equal to 90, okay, you can printf grade A plus. That is what is given, right? /n, so that we are getting in the new line. Now I'll go on copying this. Okay, whatever is the condition. Understand what are the condition? 75 to 89, 60 to 74, 50 to 59, and less than 50 is fail. Okay, so copy this. So if marks is greater than equal to 75, grade will be A. Okay. Greater than equal to 60, grade is B. Greater than 50, grade will be C. Okay, like this. And finally, you can have the else part. In the else part, you can give the grade is fail. Okay, see, you can have a different grading system. Okay, that depends what needs to be kept. Okay, and then finally return 0. Right? So this is what is multiple if else condition. Let us see the output. So this is the if else if. Okay. Enter percentage marks. So if I'm going to give, let us say, negative number, invalid input, percentage must be between 0 and 100. So first if condition needs to be checked always. You have to see that the user is going to give a proper input, and every condition you need to check and write. If I'm going to give percentage 101, again I'm going to get the same output. Okay. Let us say if I'm giving 98, I'm getting A. If I'm going to give 85, I'm going to get A. So first is A plus, then A. Then if I'm going to give 70, this is B. Okay. If I will give 50, this is C. And if I'm going to give 40, this should be fail. Okay. So this is how you have to write the multiple if else condition. And at the end, you will write some particular one output. Okay. Is this much clear, everyone? Is this much clear? Vishal?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so you have that link, right? For the
Yeah.
quiz? Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone, okay, there is a small quiz now, only for 10 questions. Okay, very simple quiz. Just to get know the understanding of the topic. Okay, so Vishal is going to share the Google link for the quiz. So I want you to do that now. Take 10 minutes and submit the quiz. Vishal, you can share that.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. I'm sharing.
Everyone, a very simple quiz. Okay, it will not take more than 10 minutes. So give that quiz. Whatever we have done from day 1. Okay, day 2, mostly about C programming, not many questions on the coding part. Okay, or output.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. I shared the test
Yeah.
link.
Yes, everyone, this MCQ assessment, okay, is shared for day 4, this is the first assessment. You will have this type of assessment again. Okay. So I want everyone to give this and submit. Once you have submitted, okay, please update that you have submitted. Vishal, there is someone for attendance link.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. I'm sharing attendance link also.
Which submissions are done? Vishal, there is a query on attendance.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, of Ania that mark herself present on the website. So whether it will be taken or not. Yeah, attendance link will be shared by Vishal. I think he will be sharing the attendance link. Chaitanya, what is the error in the question? Which question has got the error? Oh, okay. Question 8. Just let me go through that. Question 8. Oh, that may be just mistake, okay, in typing. But you can consider that as print return 0. Okay. Consider that as return 0 only. A final quiz will be conducted at the end of the session, this Chaitanya. Okay. This is conducted only for checking that how much you have understood, okay, about the topic. Okay, Soumya. Okay, Samiksha. Okay, thank you, Jyoti. Okay, Arpita. Thank you. Okay, Sakshi. Good. Second question. Which of the following is not a feature of the C programming language? Okay. What are the features? If you know what are the features, you will know what is not a feature. Okay, what are the features? Okay, Shravani, Akshara, good. So you can see the marks also, right? Good. Rutuja. See, this was very basic quiz, okay, because it was not containing any, the output type of the question much. It was also simple. Ninth question. No, check once again. Okay, check once again. You can later on, once you have submitted, you can check. Yes, Sanchit, correct. Okay, Neharata. Yeah, Vishal, you can finally share the attendance. Someone, okay, again mention that. Stuti, what is the structure of C means how the C program needs to be written. Okay. So the structure of C, in that we have done that. Okay, we have to start with including the hash include stdio.h, and then you need to write the main function, because main function is the entry point. Okay, that has to be written, and within the main you are writing the executable statements. Okay, whatever sequence of the instructions we are writing, that needs to be written in the main, right, in the block of the code. But this structure is, we have understood about the C program. Another is the structure which we are going to learn later on. Okay, so there are two meanings to that. That will be user defined data type. Good, Mehraj. So Mehraj, you were getting some issues in running the GCC compiler. I hope okay, you will be able to install that dev C++, and then you will be able to do the programs. Okay. Ninth question is the evaluation. Okay, we have done today with what is the operator precedence, okay, and the associativity, how it is going to be evaluated. So based on that, you need to do, it is divide, it is not modulus, please understand. So what will be the output of that? Okay, Ganeshwari. Where is integrity? Anywhere it is mentioned integrity in this particular question? No. If you are generally talking integrity in programming, Asrita, it means accurate. Okay? Accuracy and consistency. And here we are talking about the integrity of data, okay, which is accurate and consistent, and it is not, changed, or it is not modified by unauthorized user. That is what is the integrity meaning. Same precedence, then left to right, only except there are the right to left in the unary operator and the conditional, that is ternary. Rest, if you have got your operators in the same precedence, then it is left to right. Okay, Chinmay. Good. PDF is uploaded in LMS. From there you can download. Vaishnavi, object-oriented programming, where the programming languages uses the classes and the objects, like C++, C Sharp, Java. These are object-oriented programming languages. C is not. C is a procedural language. PPTs are uploaded for the first 3 sessions. Okay. Yes, Arpita. So I hope everyone is done. Thank you, Veni. Vishal, there is a query for LMS.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you can take that later. Somebody has written about LMS, how to use LMS. Okay.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. We'll take care.
Okay, Prathamesh. So about the question 9. Okay, so we will solve it tomorrow. Okay. We will solve it tomorrow. So I hope everybody has given the assignment and your queries, okay, from this assignment. Okay, let us take it tomorrow, right? And once we complete the session of conditional construct and iterative construct, we will also go through this assignment, okay, and your doubts will be solved. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you, Vishal.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the informative session, ma'am.
Thank you.
Dear student, I am sending the attendance link again. Kindly make sure to mark your attendance.